New laptop from ROG. Let me guess. Yep, that's a lot of RGB. This is the ROG Strix SCAR laptop, and it comes in both the 16 and 18 inches, which is why they are basically called the ROG Strix SCAR 16 and the ROG Strix SCAR 18. Thank you, ROG, for making our laptops easy to remember. And as usual, if you have known an ROG laptop, then you know that it has so much of RGB on it that it contributes to 5% of the light pollution in Kuala Lumpur. That is obviously a joke. But one thing that I will not kid about is the performance of these laptops, because goddamn, ROG decided to shove in Intel's most powerful processor and NVIDIA's top-of-the-line graphics cards into both these laptops. Okay, let's start off with the display. Now, what I find most interesting about these laptops is that it's not following the traditional 15 and 17 inches of screen display. In fact, this is a 16-inch laptop and this is an 18-inch laptop. But the displays of this laptop are in bodies that are made for smaller screen displays. Also, you are getting a slightly taller aspect ratio, which comes in at 16:10, giving you 10% more screen real estate in a smaller footprint. Also, the bezels are narrower, which is obviously great for immersion. Now, of course, we have to talk about the displays on this laptop, and there are slight variants between both these displays. The 18-inch is an ROG Nebula display, while the 16-inch is an ROG Nebula HDR display with a mini LED panel. Both these displays are great, but in my opinion, I really like the mini LED display. I think that the colors are a bit more striking and the contrast is better, and it has 10-bit support, so it's also a good display for content creation. But for gamers, it's mainly a preference thing. The 16-inch version weighs in at about 2.6 kg and doesn't have a numpad, but the 18-inch version does have a numpad, but the weight is at 3.1 kg. It's pretty obvious that the 18-inch is meant to be a desktop replacement, while the 16-inch is made for portability. I really love the transparent gradient look it has, and both the laptops have it. In fact, the transparency extends to the back sides of the laptop as well. It is a pretty sick design. Okay, now the most important part, performance. And remember when I told you that the hardware is quite crazy? Well, both these laptops come with a 13th generation Intel Core i9-13980HX processor and up to an NVIDIA GeForce RTX 4090 with 16 GB of VRAM. We tested a few games on this laptop, and rather than going through all the performance individually, just pause here to check out the stats. We also included ray tracing turned on as well. Color me impressed, guys, because this hardware is not for show. It's actually doing a lot of work in the background. In fact, I even tested out this hardware using Unreal Engine 5 and DaVinci Fusion, and it has been a very smooth experience. ROG has seen that the 16:10 aspect ratio is starting to become a trend in 2023 laptop market. It allows more to be seen on the display, which is good for gaming, and what ROG told us that it helps you to see the Premier League information at the bottom of the screen to know who is playing. This is some football reference that I definitely don't understand, because football to me is 22 people chasing after one ball, but hey, it might mean something to you. But aside from that, I'm actually really happy that we are getting a larger display on a body that is made for smaller display. And the only thing that we have to give back in return is just a 10% increase in weight. With the combination of a larger screen and an increase in resolution, that just gives us more screen real estate to have more programs opened all around. Of course, we can't forget about gaming. Larger display means it fills up your peripheral vision, which is good when you're playing competitive games, or you just want to be more immersed in single-player games like Cyberpunk 2077. So there you have it, guys. Aside from just blinding you with the immense amount of RGB that is on this laptop, which by the way, you can turn it off in the Armory crate, I'm quite happy with the overall first impressions of this laptop. And mainly with the fact that we are getting larger displays on bodies that are not any more bigger than laptops that we already have known to use. Oh yes, I almost forgot. ROG wanted us to mention that all ROG laptops from now on will come with a webcam complete with AI noise cancellation above the fantastic Strix 16:10 ROG Nebula and Nebula HDR display. Yes, ROG is really proud about these displays, and I can understand why. It's because they are pretty good displays on a gaming laptop. So there you have it, guys. Thanks for watching this video. We have left some links in the description below if you want to check out more about these laptops, and just above that is the sub and the like button. So don't forget to hit those buttons as well, and I will see you in the next video.